It was the gentry, the half-fae, she loathed. Though she didn't call to the power running in her blood, she could feel the branches crawling along her bare skin, curving around her wrists like whips, covering her heart and throat with a thick layer of bark and moss. Under her plain green velveteen dress, an armor of wood protected her. She felt a spider move along her throat and settle on her feathered shoulder. Gently, Rissa rested her clawed hand next to it. The crawler took the invitation, rushing to her palm. She set it on the tree. She wasn't willing to involve the creatures of the woods in gentry quarrels. Their kind was too callous to those they deemed lesser than themselves. Rissa scrutinized her enemies. Covered in black floating cloaks over bare skin and metal plates, they were dressed for battle. 2 held themselves like true warriors, and 6 seemed to be indistinguishable lower knights. She ignored them all, dangerous as the first pair might have been. Only one man mattered. The one riding front and center. Rissa couldn't take her eyes away. He was a threat, the likes of which she'd never encountered in these woods. Rydiger Bane. She'd been a girl only 15 years of age the last time she'd seen him. In a century, she'd grown into a confident, powerful woman who didn't bow to anyone. Yet her impulse was to bow to him, or dart out and run again as far, as fast as she could. It might have been wise. Survival dictated that she should defer to the most powerful man in the entire Fae world. She remained in the shadows, silent and still, taking in everything about him. He'd grown, too, in power and, if it was even possible, in beauty. The half-fae were all beautiful, with their refined, elegant features, long limbs, flawless skin, perfect cherry mouths. He was worse than the rest, the one black rose in a sea of reds and whites. Rydiger was bulkier than any fae had the right to be, courtesy of the human blood in his veins, presumably. His shoulders were twice as large as hers, yet he bore his massive frame with the grace of a tiger lying in wait, ready to strike an unknowing quarry. Even as a child, she'd been quite taken with his stunning amethyst eyes. So intense they seemed to peel her skin away, to get at the very core of her being. He unmade her, unwrapping all her secrets. Rydiger wore no steel, just layers of dark clothes cut from fabric that looked both easy to move in and soft as silk. She would have given much for a yard or 2 of it. Sensible as it was, the clothing didn't seem quite appropriate for him. He should have been in armor, or in intricate clothes stitched with gold. Something felt wrong. What was he doing here at all? Rissa should flee. She would. Any moment. One step, then the next. She knew the woods better than he did. She could hide or outrun him. She'd been mistaken to assume her pursuers were gentry from her father's kingdom, or anywhere else in the realm of Dennerhelm. These hunters weren't relatives eager to get her out of the way, so that they might rise higher in the line of succession if her father never returned. If they were led by him, they came from the south, from the unseelie world. They were dark fae, known to live in chaos, kneeling to nothing but power. His power, for Rydiger now bore a sharp crown of black crystal blades. He wore it like he'd been born to it, which he had. Like Rissa, Rydiger was one of the few heirs of the High Queen Mab. Unlike her, he looked the part. His gleaming hair fell in waves, coating his tanned skin in a golden halo. His eyes shone as they scanned the darkness, seeing through flesh. In the distance, enveloped in the shadow of the woods, she should have felt safe. Invisible. She didn't. The unseelie king in the south had come for her, and she'd been too foolish to flee when she had the chance. The bright amethysts were set on her. He stilled for a moment and turned to observe the rest of the meadow. She could have breathed out in relief if she'd dared.